This has a backing, and when you put it on something, put a sheet of release film, then take a heat tool, press that on there a little bit. It sticks. Of course, I'm doing it on a plastic part, so I don't want to leave it on there too much, or I'm gonna just melt the plastic part. But I mean, it even kind of makes it conform around the like curved shape, so seems really promising to me. Definitely worth exploring. If I can just get all the carbon fibers stuck on and then add the resin after and not have to wait for anything to cure or partially cure or figure out when it's tacky enough, that would be freaking amazing. Actually, what happens if I do it without that? I feel like it's a bad idea, but it kind of seems okay. I probably ought to do the nose first. I'm kind of avoiding the most complex part. There we go, that's easier. Just gonna make sure everywhere got saturated with the resin and then let it cure and see what happens. Okay, and you know what comes next. We're going into hot cooler. He's too tall for my cooler. I guess he's gonna have to lay down. There we go. That's all cured now. I added a little bit of extra resin as it was curing to thicken it up a bit. And of course it puddled a little on the back. So I'm going to use the belt sander to take off all this extra and start sanding this down and see what we've really got. So that belt sander sure does a really good job. I blazed right through here. Didn't even realize the carbon was gone until I was like, where is the carbon? I was sanding right into the plastic. So yeah, that was an oopsie and I'm gonna fix it now. So there's kind of more how this is gonna look as we get more resin on there. I noticed that around where the holes are, I must not have gotten it stuck down quite as well, so I need to be extra careful around those areas because of course there's an area that it's not sticking to anything. I could fill the holes, I guess, but I think it's fine. Top's pretty good. It's a couple pinholes. So overall, not too bad. I just gotta fix where I showed off how excellent that belt sander is. And then give it another little cure and sand. It's looking really pretty though. I think I'm gonna end up doing a glossy finish after all. I really like how that looks with the alcohol on here. Okay, so just need to get rid of all the little napkin bits there. That was a very linty napkin for some reason. The process seemed to work well though. I just need to be more careful sanding. And do obviously more coats of resin to fill in the little like low spots and voids, just like with any kind of skinning project. That's basically how it goes. The nice thing with forged though is it's okay to sand into the forged carbon fiber some. You get a slightly different look depending on exactly how you execute on that, but you have a lot more freedom than if you are working with a woven, and when you sand into a woven carbon fiber, it's not generally a good look. Just need to work a little more patiently when applying this to make sure it's stuck down on all the edges. And then the resin will take care of the rest. The nose came out quite well. So maybe into the plastic, let's see. I think that's actually pretty good. So I'm not gonna do anything else there other than add more resin. Oh yeah, so right at the hole here, I need to add some more. I think that's pretty good. So clean this off. Turn that off because I'm done now with the heating. Just clean up a little bit here. Make some space. Okay. Seems okay. Got some resin. Gonna warm this up a little bit. I actually mixed this up last night and left it overnight to partially cure so it wouldn't be quite so runny. I think it'll be a little easier to work with that way. I'm going to set those to the side for now, just get the resin on and then prop it up to let the excess drizzle off while it cures. Yeah, it's a little bit thick, so I definitely need to heat this up so that it can properly soak into the patched spots. Yeah, once you get that warm, then it gets much less viscous. When it's at this partially cured stage, you got a little bit more options. That's of course again with the very long cure time, thick set fathom total boat resin. It is a casting resin. You can do it in I think up to 2-inch thick layers at one time without it getting an exotherm problem is what the manufacturer says. But I just like not having to rush. I like how really, really clear it is, and you just have all the time you could possibly want to work with it. Of course, the only downside is then you do have to wait for it to cure and put it in a warmer place if you want to speed that up. Looks so cool. Look at that. We'll get there. It's gonna be a few more steps yet to get an actual like flatted out, like finished look, but that's the way it goes. You just gotta ride out the process. Oh, I thought that was a pinhole, but there's actually a hole here for where the eye peg goes in, so I don't even care if that gets filled or not. That doesn't matter. Just popping lots of bubbles here. I didn't degas this or anything. It's just stirred and left for today. That one is a pinhole though, so I want to make sure the resin gets down into it. It's hard to get past that surface tension when it's a really small hole like that, but I think this will work. Worst case, I'll get it next time around. Okay. There you go. Cool. Let it cure again and do some more sanding and just keep doing that until it's nice and smooth, nice and glossy, or matte depending. I think I'm gonna do glossy though, but overall, pretty good. Awesome. There's some direct sunlight to show you just how beautiful this is looking. But now I need to go ahead and sand down the parts that were patched, remove the excess resin, and prepare this for its final coating. So it's gonna get a little worse before it gets better. You can see with some alcohol on there that it's looking really nice. It's a lot smoother now. Of course, I still have all the finishing work to do. Beautiful. But with regards to the method, I would say it was a resounding success. I would definitely use that again. I can't say for sure that it's gonna be a perfect solution until I have more data points, because this is the first time I've tried that, using the heat tool on the fabric to bond it to the surface before adding resin. But for this project, worked great.